Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist to the Abyss, and you're watching my review for World Trigger Chapter 75. All right, and this review's a couple days late, but like I said in my fairy tale chapter review, if you watch that, I'm just super busy this week, just swamped with work. I've got 3 exams coming up, and it's going to be like this for the rest of the week and probably next week too. My review's being late, that is. So I've just got a ton of work to do. So yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, but I'm getting the reviews done. So yeah, this chapter, it starts off with us learning that the border base is mostly made up of trion, which instantly got me thinking that it could get targeted by Elector, right, or Elector, however you want to pronounce it. All right. So that ended up getting me thinking, well, if Hyrain uses his ability on the base, would that affect the people and the machines inside too? Because the lab inside the base is what they use to bring people back to normal once they've been turned into those cubes. So if the lab itself gets turned, then it would be impossible for them to save everybody else. But I don't think Daisuke Ashihara would put himself in a position where it's impossible to save everyone else, because that would just be stupid. Like, then the story ends. Like, Chika gets written off, and Aikitora gets written off. Like, everyone just gets written off. That just wouldn't make sense. So it got me thinking, well, he won't do that, but I can't imagine him mentioning that the base is made up mostly of trion without it being relevant at all. So I do think it's going to get targeted by Elector. However, I think that the fact that it's mostly made of trion, which means it's not entirely made of trion, I think that'll end up saving it from being completely turned. Because I find it weird to think that it'll be partially turned, where the whole thing gets turned into one of the cubes, but the people inside are still fine, like all the floors are still intact. And I think that'd be kind of weird. So I think it'll I don't know. I think it'll I think it'll partially turn, like how Osamu's leg is partially turned now. I think it'll be something like that, where the building just gets wobbly and stuff, just like gets all like messed up, but not like it doesn't full turn, you know. I think it'll be something like that. But anyway, Replica, he realizes that with the technology used in the base, he will probably need to analyze it before he can open the door, so he sends his extension ahead in order to do that. Meanwhile, Hyrain attacks them, and they go inside buildings, try to use them as cover. So Hyrain's like, alright, fine, I'll call back Mira. And that's what he does. And she just helps to screw Osamu over, because that combination is deadly. Alright? Combination of Hyrain's Elector and Mira's wormholes. Mira's wormholes. So, these fish start to come out of the floor, okay? Fish go through the wormholes, come out inside the room that Osamu and Replica are in. And, well, there were jellyfish, too. Actually, there were jellyfish there, too. And they actually managed to catch Osamu's leg, which is what I mentioned before about his leg being hit. Now it's all, messed up. And at that point, they just really need to get out of the building, which they do. And Replica's extension at that time actually manages to finish analyzing the door. However, Mira goes there and destroys it. So I would assume that the data got sent over anyway, because if Replica knew that it got destroyed, I would assume they have like shared sensors or something. Like they can share information, unless that extension is similar to Naruto's Shadow Clones, in the sense that he can't tell what happens until after it gets destroyed. But if it's not like that, then he probably does have the data anyway, so he can just unlock it whenever they get there. But either way, if you look at it, things are still pretty bad for them right now, because there's no way they're beating the combination of Mira and Hyrain. Luckily for them, Miwa shows up. Finally, the dude shows up, and it looked like he didn't even mean to either. Like the way he said like, "Oh, you insist on using me, Gene," or whatever. The way he said it made it sound like he wasn't actually trying to go save Osamu. Where'd I get that from? It said it like he wasn't actually trying to save Osamu, and he just managed to like stumble across them accidentally. Like he didn't even mean to at all. That's what it felt like to me. But it's very clear he doesn't feel like saving Osamu. Like, well, unless he's being tsundere, because he does end up helping Osamu, just not in the way that Osamu wanted. Alright. Osamu ended up asking him to take Chika to HQ, and he would try and hold back Hyrain and Miro on his own, which was stupid. But him saying that reminds Miwa of himself doing pretty much the same thing with his sister and Jean, and he didn't like he did not like that. So he kicks Osamu and tells him to just do things for himself and not depend on people as much. Which I don't know, maybe is that what Jean did to him, and now he's doing it back to Osamu. I don't know, but either way, he's telling Osamu, "You go and you save Chika, get to the base. I'll stay here and I'll take out Hyrain," because he does end up declaring that he's going to take out Hyrain. All right, so maybe he's just being tsundere, or he just doesn't like the fact that him and Osamu are more similar than he realizes. Um, but either way, he's there now. He's going to help out. He's going to try and take down Hyrain. So I thought I really liked this chapter. I thought this chapter was really good. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. And yeah, that's that, you guys. 8.5 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.